Oh, another Friday is upon us.
Killing everyone out there was a...
Those who win all 6 games will receive a handsome cash prize.
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
So I have a new thing that I'm trying. So, already you and I are radio moguls and podcast moguls. We've already conquered that, right?
As much as we can, sure. We conquered radio. We're still working on the other half.
So my next thing is I want to be an eBay mogul. When eBay first launched, my boyfriend got on immediately. He's always been an early adapter. He's been in technology his whole life. He isn't right now, but he was always in technology. He was like one of those tech geek guys and stuff. And so he got on eBay really early. So he's always had an eBay account. But he was never it was the kind of thing where if we had something lay around the house, or somebody gave us something we didn't want, we'd put it up on eBay, or we didn't really get things to sell on eBay. We just sold off stuff we already had. Mm-hmm. So he's walking down the street. This was maybe like 2 years ago. He's walking down the street, sees this big box in front of a friend's house, and he's like, and it's open, it's right near the trash. He's like, all right, I'm game. I'll look inside. He looks inside and he sees about maybe 30 to 40 snow globes just there for the trash, like literally in front of the trash. Like somebody was throwing out snow globes.
Like really good ones or like the cheap plastic ones?
The good ones. They're all glass.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a ton of them. So he gets on his phone and he pulls up eBay and he's like, I wonder if these things sell. Turns out there's a whole community out there that are like snow globe enthusiasts. Mm-hmm. And they sell for anywhere from $5 to like $40, depending on the size and the rarity and that kind of thing. He's like, screw it, I'm taking them. So he brings them home, he cleans them up, and he does a whole photo shoot with them, like they're supermodels. And he puts them up on eBay, and they are selling like crazy. Of the 40, whatever many he had, he sold every single one of them except for one.
Then you gotta pack them up, though. That's a pain in the ass. And
yeah, that was.
Them out
Yeah, that part was a pain in the ass. So we figured it out. We got those little packing peanuts, and we got bubble wrap and special little boxes. And now he did a good job of like packing them up and making them look pretty and all that kind of stuff. And they were from all over the world. So people that collect, like, oh, I have all of them except for Alaska. No, here's your Alaskan one. And anyway, so he sold all those, and he was like, eBay is like, it's lit right now. Like, it's totally lit. Let's see what else is going on. So he's instead of like selling stuff we have around the house, he goes over to Goodwill and he buys a bunch of things that have, labels, like known labels that he saw that sell on eBay. And he bought them for like $10 each, turned around, started selling them on eBay. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I got to get in on this. But I didn't even need to go to Goodwill. I just went through my closet because if you remember...
You got a whole storage unit too. Don't forget about that.
Right, that's what I did. I went to the storage unit. I got boxes of clothes, stuff that I bought in the 90s and early 2000s, labels like, Chanel and Betsy Johnson, but like high-end stuff that I used to buy my stuff like that all the time. Hey, only child... No kids. That was right. I was like, my shoes and my clothes are my kids. But I started selling them all on eBay. Like those boxes of stuff, gone. All of it's gone. Like during COVID, that has been my side hustle completely. So he's so into it that there are all these women on Instagram that he's really into following. So this one girl that's on Insta is like one of his favorites. She's in Charlotte, North Carolina. She has an entire house, and like half the house is dedicated to all the stuff that she sells on eBay. But she goes to consignment stores, she goes to thrift stores, and she has a list of all the labels and all the stuff that sells. So of course I screenshot it, and I went over to a thrift shop today. And I was like, let me see if any of these labels are there. And it's better on eBay if you find something with the tags on it. New with tags is like gold. Something that's new without tags is good, but new with tags, like never worn, never used, oh my God, like top dollar. So I found this designer, and what you do is when you go to eBay, don't just look at if the thing is selling, because anything could be selling. You got to look at the sold items and see how much it's sold for. So I found this designer that everybody loves. I found 2 sweaters, new with tags. These sweaters were selling for a good deal of money. and they were for sale for $20 each. So I bought them today. I bought 2 sweaters for $20 each. Then I'm going to turn around and resell for, I don't know, 40, double my money. And then as I was walking out of the store, I found a brand new pair of Jimmy Choo shoes.
For you. So I'm going to buy 2 for eBay, and then I'm going to buy 2 for me.
Well, I almost did that, but then I went on eBay and I saw that these particular Jimmy Choo shoes had sold again. Some of them were for sale for like $300 and $400. This particular pair sold just last week for $150. So screw it. I bought those also. So I'm going to experiment. I'm going to see if this woman in North Carolina, in Charlotte, North Carolina, is right. This Insta woman, I'm going to see if she's right. Like, can you buy a couple of items that are high-end stuff and turn around and sell them for, like, make money? She made, this is the big thing. She made $200,000.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's, if you know what you're looking for. I saw something today online, VHS tapes that are still in the plastic, and you see that all the time at Goodwill or whatever. But, like, Weird Science still in the plastic, $250.
No.
Yeah, the VHS movies now are making a huge comeback for some reason. So if you get the movie in the plastic, game on.
Get out.
Yeah, and you can buy them for $25 each at Goodwill.
So are you going to turn around and resell them?
See, I don't have time to do that.
Oh, so it's really easy. So here's what you do. Let me just tell you right now. When you go to eBay, all you have to do is find that item and just click sell one like it. And then all the information comes up. So you don't really have to do much other than take some pictures of your particular, you pull out your cell phone, take a few pictures, post them up there. It's very easy.
And on Amazon, you can just take a photo of the USB code and it pops up how much they're selling for.
Right. Yes, you can do that on eBay also.
My son was doing that when we were at a store closing sale going on. So he'd pick up like, I don't know, whatever, and take a photo of it and say, it's selling for this. And I always use the pawn shop example. As long as you can double your money, you're good to go. So
right. If you buy something for 10, yes, if you buy something for 10, you sell it for 20. I know $20 doesn't sound like a lot of money, but you've doubled your money. You're right.
Yeah. So anytime you go gambling, if you're going to double your money, you're always going to place that bet. So why wouldn't you do that anyway? And when you're going to Goodwill or a consignment store or whatever, if it says Prada, buy it.
Right. Right.
And you're always going to find Prada things, Gucci things, whatever at thrift shops. That's where they go.
Yeah, but some of the thrift shops here in New York are really, they're onto it. Like I saw this one, there's a label on a jeans label called Frame, and these Frame jeans are normally like hundreds of dollars. So I went on eBay. I was like, there's a pair of Frame jeans right here in this thrift shop. I went on eBay. They were selling for $75. I'm like, oh, awesome. How much could they possibly be at a thrift shop? I was like $10, $15, $65.
Yeah, so that's why you got to find the Goodwills, because the Goodwills, they have a straight price for everything. So it doesn't matter if it's a Prada jacket or a Guess jacket, it's going to be the same price. It's going to be the $6.
Right, right. No, that's really true. This other woman that we follow on Insta, they do eBay, Poshmark, and Tradesy. That's what they're into, these women that we follow. This other woman, just during COVID, just last year alone, $130,000 in 1 year from reselling stuff on eBay.
Yeah, it's easy. You go there, you find stuff that looks good, you look it up real quick, and off you go. And those Amazon resale stores, I don't know if they're popping up in New York like they are down here, but you go on some days and you just find things nonstop. You find things for $1 and you can look it up. You see people looking it up on their phone while they're shopping and putting things in bags.
Yeah, we don't have those here. I think they ship all that stuff, like everything that gets resold at Amazon. I noticed, because I just recently returned something to Amazon, and it's a place in New Jersey. So, I mean, maybe it's worth the drive out to New Jersey to the Amazon resale place to buy a bunch of stuff, but I don't know. It seems like a pain in the
Yeah,
ass.
they're everywhere here. I mean, I can tell you 7 of these things down the street. They're everywhere. And there's another one down the street, and they don't sell pieces. They will sell you the whole pallet. So they don't even know what's in the pallet. You just go up there and you say, I'll give you $600 for that pallet. You take the whole thing.
Wait, so do you want to go into business with me?
No, I don't have time. I have no time to do nothing. I'm not going to do this.
No, all you have to do is go to your local Amazon. No, just listen. Go to your local Amazon resale store, buy a bunch of stuff for $1, ship it up to me, and I'll sell it.
No, I don't have time. I barely have enough time to sleep.
Oh, you're so important. You're so busy.
I'm so with my job and this stupid show and my job and family and I don't know, eating and I don't know, sleeping. Sorry.
What are you doing on Saturdays? You're not working on Saturdays. Go do it on a Saturday.
Okay, so my one day off that I get to sleep and now I got to go work for you more.
I'm not saying every single Saturday, just one Saturday a month. That's all I'm asking. One Saturday a month. How about one Saturday every other month? This is not unreasonable.
You're just greedy now.
Do you hate money? Is that why you hate money? You don't like money at all. Why do I want money? That's ridiculous. Let other people make money. Why should I?
See, you're just going to make more money so you can buy more shit. So you just want more money so you can buy more boots. And there is one of these thrift stores, like in this little small town in South Carolina, and they have this section that is like Gucci and Prada and all that. So they take.
And how much is that stuff there? Is it expensive?
Yeah, I mean, there was a Gucci belt. But they had it for like $35.
Okay, I think it might be worth it for me to fly down there.
They did have a pair of Prada boots the other day.
It.
Yeah, so I didn't ask how much those were, but yeah, I mean, how much are Prada boots? I don't know. Are they cheap? Are they expensive? I know Gucci belts aren't cheap.
Gucci belts are $750.
Yeah, I got it for $35.
And Prada boots are $1,250. Well, actually, anywhere between like $400 and $1,200. Boots are expensive. They're in the thousands. The nice
so if
Prada
I could have got the boots for $50, that would have been a good deal.
Yeah, I could have turned around and sold them for $200 on eBay. But you're too busy sleeping and eating.
You're just greedy. That's all it is.
No, this is my new side hustle. This is my new business. You don't want to be my business partner? Split the profits?
No, I've been your business partner for for 20 years now, and it's made me this much money. Zero money.
Well, I'll split it with you now, 60-40.
Who gets the 60?
You.
But then I have to go out on my day off.
It's just one day a month. I'm not asking you to do this on a regular basis. Just once in a while.
For now on, though, when I walk into a store, I'll take a photo of something if I think it's good, and I'll send it to you. Then you can tell me. I will give you that much. We'll start baby steps. So I'll take a photo of the Prada boots, and I'll say, do you like these? And if you say, yeah, then I'll buy them and send them to. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Okay. Yeah. Listen, if you're already there, what's the difference? If you're already there,
just
take the picture, send it to me. Be very easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you?
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
Women are now sharing comments that men give them in person about their looks.
Oh, yep, been there. Go ahead. Let me hear what some of the other women are getting so I don't feel so alone in the world.
Men actually give you comments about your looks to your face?
All the time. And unsolicited.
No, that's crazy.
Okay, I'll give you two right off the bat. When I was at a radio station that may or may not rhyme with Shmiel Shmay, one of the guys there had said to me, and it was one of these stations, everybody dressed. Like nobody came in sweatpants and jeans. Everybody was all dressed up every single day. It was crazy. So I was like, what the hell? I'm into it. So I came in one day wearing a cute little sweater and this little skirt and these pumps, and I had like a nice little outfit on. And one of the guys, the older of the two, came over to me and said, Cooper, people notice when you dress well like this. Who the fuck asked you? Nobody fucking asked you. It's what I felt like wearing today. And then the other one, the asshole, the real like piece of crap, the piece of smegma, we had done we had a photo shoot, and I'm not 25, and I'm standing next to a girl who's 25, and we took a picture together, and he came over, he goes, she looks like a supermodel next to you. Who fucking asked you, you old piece of crap? You disgusting piece of garbage. Like, nobody asked you. Go fuck yourself. You ugly, like unloved piece of garbage.
She looks awesome. Wow.
Right. And that's just at one radio station. And this is just one experience. I have literally hundreds, as do other women.
One lady said, a guy said, well, many guys, up to 5 guys have said, wow, your hair looks so unkempt or wild. She said, note, 2 of them have told me this after sex.
I have a good way to keep your hair nice during sex. Don't have it with you.
A grown-ass man, middle-aged man, told me my legs went on forever at my grandfather's funeral. Mind you, I was 14.
Ew, gross. Did you call the cops and say, hi, I found a pedophile?
Your legs go on forever.
It's disgusting.
I'm 14. Okay. Your legs go on forever then. One day I was walking across the street to go to my gym. Guy rolled down his window and said, you look like a bitch. Because she has resting bitch face.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem. Like men telling women to smile, that kind of thing. That's the same exact thing. You look like a bitch is the other side of why don't you smile more? Yeah, what a piece of garbage. I hate the fact that men feel like they can talk to us.
I know. I can't even relate to this because I can't believe guys would say anything to women like this. It just blows me away. This woman said, I've had a few guys tell me my septum piercing is ugly and men don't like that.
I'm sorry, was she taking a poll and asking their opinion, or was it a shut the fuck up situation?
No, she's just standing there, and the guy looks at her and goes,
that's what I'm saying. It's a shut the fuck up situation. Nobody asked you.
Nobody likes
and you know
that.
What?
Stop it with the nose thing. Take it out.
A, I might be lesbian. B, I might not be doing this for you.
This lady said, I was told it's so refreshing to see a woman out on date night with no makeup on.
Oh, my God.
You look great without having makeup on. You should do that more often.
That drives me crazy. There's so many men that have an opinion about women and makeup. They're like, you can use a little makeup. I like women who don't wear makeup. You wear too much makeup. How about this? I'm not wearing this for you. I'm wearing it for me, and it's none of your damn business.
Guy told me my pants are too tight. Your pants are too tight. Because she was wearing skinny jeans. Yeah. And she said, why? Can you see my dick?
That's what she said. That's very good. I like that. That's a good answer.
And I guarantee you've heard this before. I almost wear no makeup, but for the whole day when I went to my best friend's wedding, I was wearing makeup, and people said, look, you can look pretty with just a little effort.
Yeah, you clean up good.
See, you should wear makeup more often.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a psycho at all. You clean up good. Come clean up over here. Psycho.
An old man told me I ruined my perfectly beautiful body with all my tattoos. And this is at a place where I worked.
Oh, hello, HR. Hi, HR. I have a person you need to talk to.
Before I climbed onto the operating table for a spinal procedure, the anesthesiologist, a white guy in his 50s, stopped me for a third time to ask me if I was sure I wasn't pregnant. And now you sure? Because I'm putting you under. You'll want to take a test because You positive you're not pregnant?
Yeah, I've gotten that before. I'm like, nope, just fat. Remember, you and I had the car accident, and I had my hand over my stomach, but because I'd broken 2 ribs at that point, I didn't know because I was still in shock. I had my hand over my ribs. You were completely in shock and out of it. You were stuck inside the car. They had to use the jaws of life to get you out, and I had my hands over my stomach. And the emergency worker came over. Remember, the EMT guy comes over and he goes, "Are you pregnant?" And you, without missing a beat, you go, "Nope, she's just fat."
And now I'm going to pass back out.
And now I'm going to pass back. I love that. Yeah, you came to insult me, and then you passed back out before they rushed you to the emergency room.
This lady says, I have PCOS, where I can grow a beard that most 16-year-old boys are jealous of. So I've lost count the number of times a guy has advised me to shave or wax my face.
I don't understand people's need to tell other people what they think about them. Why do you think we care? We don't care what you think. We're not living for you.
I'm 6'1" when I wear heels and go to clubs. I could range from 6'5" to 6'7". Almost every guy that walks up to me goes, "God, you're tall." No shit.
Right.
Really? That's like, people saying, "Wow, you're short." No. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had a friend tell me he wished he could take my personality and put it in his girlfriend's body because then he would have the perfect woman.
Oh, that's a double insult. You just insulted your girlfriend and me. And by the way, I'm texting her now to tell her.
She's got a good body though. But
the arrogance. But the arrogance of a guy thinking that we care. Like, no one's asking you your opinion.
I think I have a pretty good notion of what they're up to.
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
There is a celebrity feud going on that I'm fascinated by. So you know I love a celebrity feud. Anytime you have like Taylor Swift going after Kim Kardashian, or Kanye and Drake battling it out on social media. I love a celebrity feud. But for the most part, there's feuds in different I don't know a lot about like country music. I'm just getting into, so I don't know a lot of the country music feuds. I don't know a lot of. I know the rap feuds and I know the big celebrity feuds, but apparently there's a big feud going on in the kindergarten world. Apparently on Sesame Street, Elmo and a new character called Rocco, who is a rock, have been having this like long suffering rivalry. This has been going on for a while, and now it's reached like peak shade. So I wanted to play this for you because this just went down on Sesame Street, and I gotta tell you, someone's gonna throw down.
Oh wow! Hey, could I please play with you too? Please, please, please.
Okay, that's Zoe.
I'm going to play with just Gabby, but Emma can tell that Zoe really wants to play. Yeah. So yeah, Zoe can play too. All right.
Yeah, we can all have fun together.
Oh, good.
yeah, that sounds fine.
So yeah, it's Zoe and Elmo are talking, and Gabby is the human. So Gabby, Zoe, and Elmo are getting together, deciding that they're going to play together.
And you know what? There's somebody else who wants to play too.
Who?
Someone else? Yeah, Rocco. Rocco.
Oh, Rocco.
So Elmo's rolling his eyes right now.
He doesn't like Rocco.
Doesn't like. He has his hand over his face, like, oh, not Rocco.
Yeah, Rocco. He's my pet rock. And he's my best friend. And he wants to play with us. Zoe, rocks can't play. Oh, Rocco can. He's a very special rock. He can do anything. Go on, say hello, Rocco.
Elmo's not into this at all, but he can't get out of it because Zoe's his friend.
Yeah, oh, God.
Yeah, Rocco says hello. Elmo didn't hear anything.
Well, nice to see you again, Rocco.
So are you gonna let him play?
Well, how much trouble could a little rock be, right?
Well, okay. Great!
Bet okay?
Okay.
Ready?
Okay, Elmo's very reluctant here, but they decide to play with Rocco.
Hey, say.
So now they do the alphabet game where they jump up and down and they say the alphabet. You're supposed to do it with them, and you jump up and down.
Rocco's just a rock. He's not even a puppet.
Yes, he's an actual rock. It's Zoe's pet rock. And her best friend, apparently.
Zoe's got issues.
Listen, Zoe has an imaginary friend, but it's not so imaginary. It's the rock.
Says that was a great workout.
It sure was, Rocco.
Yeah. Workout? But Rocco didn't even move.
See?
You were just too busy to notice.
So, what should we do next?
Oh, Rocco's got a lot of things he wants to do. Of course.
Of course. Of course. I mean, like, it's the funniest thing. And that's just one video. I found like 4 of them that I went through where I guess somebody brought cookies for Zoe and Elmo, and they put 3 cookies down, and they put down 2 chocolate chip and 1 oatmeal raisin. So the oatmeal raisin ends up in front of Elmo, and Rocco gets a chocolate chip, and Elmo says, I want the chocolate chip cookie. I don't like oatmeal raisin.
Right.
And Zoe says, sorry, that's Rocco's cookie. And he's like, but it's a rock. Yeah, okay, it's Rocco. That's my friend Rocco. But he's not going to eat. Yes, he is. He's going to eat that. He doesn't have a mouth. and I'm telling you, like, Elmo is just throwing a tantrum. He's like, I'm taking that cookie. And Zoe is like, over my dead body. They almost, yeah, it's bad.
So Zoe is out of her mind because she thinks a rock, and you are liking it.
No, I'm not liking it at all. I think it's pretty.
It's just pissing Elmo off.
Listen, here's the thing. Zoe is a 3-year-old monster. Okay. So first of all, she's a monster. Second of all, she's 3. So when you're 3, you have imaginary friends or you make friends out of inanimate objects. The problem is, I think that there's really a battle going on between Zoe and Elmo, and they passive aggressively talk about each other or to each other through Rocco.
But why is Elmo playing with Zoe? Because Elmo is like 26.
No, he isn't.
Yes, he is. He's been around since a long time. So he's like 26, so she's 3. That's just weird.
No, Elmo's 3.
Elmo's not 3.
Okay, so Zoe's been around
in the 90s.
Okay. Zoe's been around a long time too. So chronologically, she's not 3, but for the purpose of Sesame Street, they're both 3. They're 3-year-olds, and they play together. But what I'm telling you is, I think that there is some real beef going on between Zoe and Elmo, and they both yell at each other through Rocco.
Oh, so it's gonna come down to them beating the shit out of each other.
I think it's deeper than that. See, for me, okay, so I'm an adult now, so I could compartmentalize these feelings. But when I was watching it, it kind of reminded me when my parents were getting divorced. And I was like, you're going to trigger 5-year-olds who are watching this show. Because my parents got divorced when I was like 4. And they would talk to each other through me. I was a child.
You were Rocco.
I was Rocco. That's what I'm telling you. Like, my dad would say things to me. Tell your mother X, Y, and Z. My mom would be like, no, tell your father, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm 4. You know what I mean? But I was Rocco. Mm-hmm. So I was triggered watching this. I'm like, that is exactly what's going on. There are going to be children out there. I'm calling out Sesame Street right now. There are going to be children out there who are watching this that are like, hang on, I'm Rocco. Zoe's my mommy. Elmo's my daddy. And there they are fighting through me. Well, this whole rivalry going on isn't cute. It's going to send 5-year-olds to therapy.
I know how you can get away from this and not be triggered. Stop watching it. You don't need to. That's why Sesame Street is not for people in their 30s to watch, because it's going to trigger you. It's for 3-year-olds like Zoe.
No, but that's what I'm telling you. I can compartmentalize it. I understand that this has nothing to do with me. These are not all those feelings that I had all those years. That's all been, I've dealt with it. I'm over it. I'm done with it. I'm just telling you, Sesame Street, you're going down the wrong road here.
I don't like girls.
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
This is stupid.
This is what I hate about parents right here, in a nutshell.
Okay, what?
That Cardi B is talking about her 4-month-old and how brilliant her 4-month-old is. And that's what I cannot stand about parents, because parents will say, you'll never guess what my 3-month-old did. They wrote a novel or whatever the hell. And no, your kid is as dumb as my kids. So there's nothing special about your kids. But now Cardi B is
I'm not exaggerating. This baby is talking.
Sure.
Your baby is 4-month-old, not talking. Your baby's not talking. It's making gas noises.
Love in the name of Jesus Christ. Like, first of all, my husband saw it.
You can't even talk, and you're 34.
Jesus.
Yesterday, I was like, "You love mommy?" Yeah. And then I asked him again, "You love mommy?" And he replied back like, "Yeah." Like, not even like,
sure. Yeah.
It was like,
no, that's gas releasing from his lungs.
And then just now, like, he's watching Coco Melon, and they're like, "If you happy, you know, say hello, hello. If you happy."
Okay, your kid is freaking brilliant.
Say hello, and then like when they stop, he said, "Oh, yo, this is crazy."
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's like the pandemic thing. I don't know if like
what's
this
the pandemic
normal.
have to do with it?
Yo, like, this shit is crazy. Like,
okay.
I
love the fact that she thinks that the kid is reacting to the pandemic. He's 4 months old.
24/7 or something, because yo, you talking.
Yeah, put the camera on him. I want to see him talk
You
now.
just turned 4 months today. You talking for real.
See, you always get and I swear to God, if you had kids, you would be the same freaking way. You would be my 2-month-old, just learned how to fly an airplane, and he can add 4 + 8, and he's brilliant. You would have the same thing.
Well, the thing that drives me crazy is my friends that have babies, which obviously I have a lot of friends that have babies, like 3-4-month-old babies, and the baby will like put their hand out and be like, you know, just like open and close their hand. And my friend's like, "Oh, he knows sign language. He's asking for milk." I'm like, no, it's just a baby making a sign, like not even making a sign, just a baby being a baby. You know, you can interpret any way you want to. How do you know he's asking for milk? Maybe he's actually sending a signal. Maybe he's actually creating a new theory of relativity. Like, how do you know it's just milk?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's brilliant, if he's so brilliant, why just milk? Maybe he actually is solving COVID right now.
Yeah, what you need to do, Cardi, now that your son is talking a 4-month-old, is get on the phone with Harvard and put him on a waiting list now, because the kid's going to be brilliant. I know he's going to be brilliant, because there's so many. Every parent that I grew up with, that my friends that had kids, all their kids were brilliant. All of them were Einstein when they were 3 months old. And I hate to tell you now, they're all losers. So none of these kids are. 1 out of 100 million are smart. The other ones are just, they attacked the Capitol on a Tuesday. So,
a year ago today. Yeah.
Right. These people, all those people that attacked the Capitol, all their parents thought they were brilliant when they were 4 months old. Cardi, your kid is not talking. Trust me. You're insane. It's not talking.
Right. And you're spending too much time. Yes, it is the pandemic. Here, I'm going to take out my psychology hat for 1 second and tell you that baby talking milestones go like this. At 3 months old, the baby could like watch your face as you talk, and maybe they coo and vocalize, but they do not, no words come out.
No words.
Right. By 6 months old, a baby may be able to say baba or dada, but they're not saying bottle or daddy. Like, you may be like, "Oh my God, it's his first word. He's saying daddy." No, he's saying dada. Like, that's a normal baby thing. Baba, dada. They're trying to put random syllables together, but they have no concept of what the meaning of any of the words they're saying are. They're just making sounds, and then you're projecting. At 9 months old, that's about when babies first have like 1 or 2 words, like no, bye-bye, you know, they have like sounds and
mommy,
tones.
daddy.
And that kind yeah, mommy, yeah, right. 12 to 18 months is when they finally can say mama and dada and understand what it means. And they also understand you better. So if you give them like a quick request, like put that down, the baby will put something down. Like they get the concept now. At 18 months, they start to make up their own words for stuff. Like they may say door for dog or new news for noodles.
It's only if they're born on Long Island do they say door.
Door. Core for coffee.
It's only if they're from Massapequa do they say that.
And then by 2 years old is when they start to string together a few words like mommy bye-bye or me milk. They start to get the concept of themselves and you and, something that you want or they want. But that all happens, after a year old. So she's, by her saying that her 4-month-old is speaking, no, don't have him apply for Harvard. Call Harvard now and bring him in to be studied because it's never in the history of babies. There's no 4-month-old talking baby. I'm sorry.
And if you think that is brilliant, Cardi B, let's get into my car and let's go to Petco. I can find you a bird that can say 10 times more words than that. They can have whole conversations, birds. So your kid ain't no smarter than a bird.
That's right.
Just say it.
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
Now, when you ride Uber, they don't charge you by the mile. They charge you by the trip.
The trip.
Right.
Yeah, the trip.
Okay.
Right. So for example, like if you're in an Uber and you run into traffic, they don't charge you more for that. It's whatever the trip is. So if you're going from point A to point B and they quote you $30, it's $30 whether it takes you 10 minutes or 40 minutes.
Oh, see, that's why this story boggled my mind because I-95 Monday shut down because I-95, it runs from pretty much New York all the way to Florida.
Right.
And it was dumped on by snow so fast near Maryland, it just shut down. And people were snowed into their car.
Yeah, I'll tell you, as somebody who went to University of Maryland and spent a lot of time in the Maryland, Washington, D.C. area, if there'd be a dusting of snow on the ground, like literally a dusting that in New York you wouldn't even notice, they would shut down everything. The schools would shut down. Everybody would be running to the supermarkets. It's like, wait, there's like literally a quarter of an inch. Yeah, but we don't have the structure for it. Everybody get inside. Like they would freak out the littlest bit of snow. So it was shocking that it actually dumped snow and people left their houses.
Well, it dumped snow when people were on the highway and it snowed so hard, so fast, they got stuck on the highway and they couldn't go anywhere. So a guy was riding in an Uber when this happened. And he was stuck with the Uber driver, and he gets a $600 bill because they were stuck.
San Francisco, right?
Yeah. We had a flight that was going to go from San Francisco to Dulles, Richmond, and our Dulles to Richmond flight got canceled. So we had to get an Uber back to Richmond, which was originally going to be around $200.
Woof.
And then so we hopped right on the highway, and then literally the second we got on there, we were just stuck.
Well, and the Uber driver must not have known about this pileup either, right?
I guess not. I mean, he was from around there, but I thought it had been going on all day. That's what he said, so I didn't understand why he hopped on. But what can you do about it?
Describe what you saw when you were in the car.
Snow.
I saw snow.
There was a lot of people just walking around, hanging out. A lot of the truckers just went to their little cab and started sleeping. People were peeing all over, like in the middle of the road.
Oh, that's funny.
Like that. I mean,
they're writing their names in the snow.
Waiting. That's it.
How long were you stuck on the road for?
We were stuck from around 11:45 till probably 10 a.m.
Wow! So all night long, you're in the car with the Uber driver.
11:45 p.m. to 10 a.m. Like nine and a half hours. Yeah.
10 hours. Wow. Did you have stuff with you, like food, water, clothing?
We had like one little small water bottle that had a little bit of water left in it, but we didn't have any food or anything like that. And we hadn't eaten all day either.
And what would Cooper do?
That's why I travel with food all the time. I always have food on. You make fun of me, but I always have like a bag of food and snack bars and things. There's never a time in my life I don't have like some almond butter and rice cakes and a bunch of granola bars. I always have food on me.
See, you would have been fine.
I would have been full.
In the morning, so we didn't have lunch.
I'd be like, I need a nap. I've been eating too much.
So we were really hungry.
So you finally did get home, and you originally had a $200 bill, correct?
Yeah, we had a $200 bill, and I felt really bad for the Uber driver because he had spent so much time with us that I tipped him like $100.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, then I saw the $400 added on charge, which I was very confused about.
Yeah, what was your reaction to seeing that pop up?
I mean, that's a lot of money. Of course, I was a little scared. I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. They didn't mention anything about fares changing, or like I was checking my app when we were in the car, and it said the original fare price. So I was confused why they would put that on after the ride.
Yeah. So would you have to pay it?
No, he's a very nice guy. He's like, I was confused. I'd be like, I was fucking pissed.
It's not
I was calling my congressman, the Better Business Bureau, the head of Uber, Ashton Kutcher. Like, I would have been, because, he's one of the founders of Uber. I would have been all over social media. Like, I'm telling you, you'd hear about it from space. The astronauts would be up there being like, boy, she's pissed. What happened there? I'm telling you, like, he's so nice, that guy. So what Uber has surge pricing. And surge pricing, about ahead of time. So it's during it's during rush hour. It's during major events like a concert, a snowstorm, but you know about it beforehand. So if it's snowing and you go to Uber, your normal $15 ride is now going to be $40 because of the weather. So you decide ahead of time, do I want to pay $40 instead of $15? Yeah, what the hell? I'm not getting anywhere, might as well. And then it's your choice. They can't then retroactively charge you. That's not legal. That's more than price gouging. They quoted you a price, and then they just randomly tacked on another $400? No, I hope he fought it.
Yeah, for no reason.
No, I would have called my credit card company and said I agreed to $200. I tipped the guy $100. That's it. I am not paying the full amount. And if they argue, I'm going to ask. And honestly, they should have said to him, listen, our driver shouldn't have taken that road and got you stuck. This ride's on us, is how they should have handled it, rather than charging him.
Yeah, it's not their fault, though, that it snowed. I mean, it's that shit that this happens.
Yeah, right. But they shouldn't charge. So they charge this guy for the snow? He's not in charge of the snow either.
I don't like none of it. Also in the news today, Peter Ngdo is making news today.
Who?
Exactly. Peter Ngdo. He was on WGN this morning, and if you don't know who he is, he's the inventor of Birds Aren't Real.
Oh, for fuck's sake. This again? No.
So he was on WGN this morning talking about Birds Aren't Real, and so he's on, I guess, the Zoom with the two people on WGN in Chicago today, and he's drinking a lot of water while he's on here.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So are there people that find your account and think that it's real?
I think there's a lot of people that find our social media accounts and see a different side of Gen Z in America.
Mm-hmm.
Gen Z is full of some amazing men, women, and children that are aiming for change.
Gen Z isn't full of children. What's he talking about?
Just what our movement's all about.
But it's more than just Gen Z.
Wait, here we go. He's drinking water again.
Oh, God.
He throws up everywhere. Live on...
He threw up? Wait, he drank water and just threw up?
This is what...
No! Get out!
Conspiracy theories. Why...
Yeah, see, he is not helping the Birds Aren't Real cause here by throwing up on TV.
Right, by getting on TV and just vomiting everywhere. He's stupid, so he's probably not vaccinated and has COVID, so...
Oh. No, I think he's smart. He's a very smart guy.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He says birds aren't real.
Yeah, and the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission tweeted and said birds are real. So... after they saw this, they said birds are... nobody asked you, U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. You don't know.
The Audubon Society, the people that are in charge of the birds, they say birds are real and told the guy to go see a doctor, both a mental health professional and somebody to help him with his food poisoning or COVID or whatever the hell's wrong with him. I don't know why he's vomiting on national television. Oh, that's so gross. I can't watch that over and over. It's so gross.
I love this guy.
But you know what? Now it's gross, but I also want that sound to now be the ringtone when you call.
Hello, it's Anthony on the phone. Hello.
Oh, it must be Anthony. And I like the, I'm so sorry afterwards. I want all that for my ringtone.
Conspiracy theories. Why?
Oh, is that Anthony on the phone?
This is not live. It's like a rerun.
It's a rerun.
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
I want to talk about flatulence.
Okay.
Now, this part is smart talk about real life.
I want to talk about flatulence.
Oh, no. Am I getting on a button now? Oh, good. Excellent. Okay. Here's the thing. Passing gas, normal. We all do it. Apparently, Hippocrates had something to say. He said, necessary to well-being. Everyone does it. The average person experiences flatulence 15 to 20 times a day.
20 times?
Mm-hmm.
A day?
A day.
Does that mean they let it go that many times, or they have the urge to?
Well, they expel 1 to 3 pints a day on average.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Now, some people hardly notice it, but others, it's a major embarrassment. And how gassy you are depends on what you eat, the balance of bacteria in your intestines, and whether you have any underlying gastrointestinal conditions.
Some people grab their lighter and go, Chad, watch.
Is that true? Is that just one of those things that happens in cartoons? Or
No,
can you really...
no, it actually
that's real?
works.
I've seen it done.
I've seen it done, too.
I'm sorry to hear that.
High school parties.
Of course.
Sean Lee's trying it right now.
I'm sure he is.
That sounds like a good idea.
He's just sitting on the couch going, what can I do? Oh, okay.
Well, anything to light the house on fire. He's
That's
interested,
right.
as you know. Okay, now, here's what's interesting. Now, the cause. Flatulence consists mainly of 5 odorless gases. Odorless, okay? Nitrogen.
Not mine.
Listen.
There's one in there that's odorous.
Okay.
Just get into that.
Okay, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and methane, but it's the trace of sulfur. That's responsible for the odor, the sulfur.
Darn sulfur.
That's why when you eat eggs, for example, because eggs are full of sulfur, that's the problem. It depends on what you eat. That's why your diet has a lot to do with it.
That's why I don't eat eggs.
Well, there you go. Now, a small amount of flatulence comes from air that you swallow when you eat and drink.
Really?
Especially if you eat and drink quickly.
Like if you're gulping your food?
Yeah, it's got to go somewhere.
Well, I knew you would maybe belch, but I didn't think it would come out the other end, too.
It could come out either end.
Wow.
But it's the air you bring into your body. But most is produced by harmless bacteria that ferment undigested food in the large intestine.
So did you spend part of your day today researching flatulence?
I did.
Okay.
I did, because I think it's interesting. Look, I don't know about you. I have a lot of friends that have irritable bowel syndrome.
Uh-huh.
It's quite common, especially for women. So people with that may especially be sensitive to gas, so they have to really worry about what they eat. Because the whole idea of irritable bowel, they used to say that if you came to the doctor with some weird stomach thing and they couldn't diagnose you, they'd just go, oh, you got irritable bowel, and they would send you out the door. But it's a real problem. And people seriously suffer from this. And there's medications now that you can take, but mostly they try to change your diet. And that's usually the key to it. But people with IBS are especially sensitive to gas.
So the whole time you're researching this subject, you're trying to figure out how to do it and not make Chad and I giggle the whole time doing it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. No, because I think, look, it's something we all do. It's something we all experience. And don't you want to know ways that you could, if it bothers you, the ways that you could fix it?
It doesn't bother me. It bothers you guys when we're on the air, so it doesn't bother me at all.
But if it bothers you or a spouse or it's a problem for you, I'm going to tell you some things you can do to fix it.
Okay.
What's wrong with that? Now, carbohydrates, sugars, and starches tend to trigger the most gas. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. Beans, obviously notorious gas producers. There's the song.
The magical fruit.
That magical fruit.
Right.
Right. Because they have something in them.
Are beans really a fruit?
No.
It's
No.
a song.
It's a legume, isn't it?
But in them there are, I don't know if I can pronounce this, oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides. Anyway, that's what's in
Beans.
beans, right.
Okay.
Poorly absorbed complex sugars that are found in broccoli and other vegetables, and whole grains.
That's why you should never eat vegetables.
No, you can eat vegetables without. No, but that's why, like Beano, for example, that's why people who eat a lot of beans and a lot of vegetables take Beano, because it dissipates a lot of this for you.
Okay.
So, here are the steps that you can take. First, to identify what makes you the most gassy, you keep a food diary. Noting when
Flatulence diary.
No, well, yes. Noting when the problem occurs, because some people, they might be lactose intolerant and not even realize it.
Honey, what are you doing? Nothing. Keeping a diary.
No, but some people, listen, it's not just,
That was about a 7. Yeah.
People have real problems with this. I know you guys think it's very funny, but people, I mean, the actual discomfort and bloating feeling, it's awful. People don't want to deal with that.
Okay.
And it's a problem that people have. So the first thing you do is you keep a food diary.
Okay.
Now, I didn't know I was lactose intolerant, and then I found out I was. I had major stomach problems. I had a what's the thing where they stick down your stomach with the camera?
Drilling.
Not a colon,
endoscopy?
Whatever it is.
Okay.
Endoscopy?
Endoscopy, colonoscopy, CAT scan. They did all that stuff for me. I had to do this one where I had to drink this liquid and walk around.
How nasty was it?
Oh, it wasn't bad. No,
Okay.
it actually wasn't bad. But it was this weird liquid. I had to drink it, and then they X-ray you to be able to look inside you with this liquid stuff to see if you have anything really, really wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
And after I went through all this very expensive testing, because I had major stomach problems, my doctor he asked me to keep a food diary, and that's how I found out I was lactose intolerant. And I didn't make the connection that anytime I had dairy is when I had the most severe problems.
He was like house.
Wow. So, so that's the thing. So you keep a food diary, noting when the problem occurs and what you've just eaten. Because everybody reacts differently to foods,
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Tracy. How are you?
I'm just fine, Cooper. How are you?
I'm not as gassy as I used to be because I keep my food diary now.
Well, I think I can trump anything in your little food diary. As a person who has had gastric bypass surgery, I can clear a room in 10 seconds or less.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What else do you say? I almost want to be like, congratulations. I need to shake your hand. Now, is that because of the gastric bypass?
Yes, ma'am.
You're kidding.
It's because you don't absorb what you would have before. They bypass a lot of your intestines so that the digestion and the bacteria that you would at one time absorb is now in there just wreaking havoc upon the aroma that would eventually make its way out.
Collecting all the bacteria in your intestine, doing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it has its own little hokey-pokey dance in there, and when it comes out, you just kind of go, oops, sorry.
Do they tell you this is a side effect before you go into surgery?
Well, they mention it. They say that, you'd be prepared, but there's just no way to verbally prepare you for that until...
it's going to be bad, Tracy. I'm just warning you. Get a gas mask.
Yeah. I can put my 10-year-old to shame.
Oh, no.
I can put my husband to shame, and I can put any one of his buddies to shame. So it is not a proud moment, but it's a humorous one because I can tell. I try to be real discreet, and then I blame it on the dog sometimes.
That's why you have dogs.
Yeah, I have a German Shepherd who is blamed for more than she actually does.
Oh, the poor German Shepherd.
Yeah, but that's okay because she doesn't care.
That's right. That's true.
And,
she's proud.
Yeah. She's a dog.
That's true.
And so my husband will go, no.
Oh, no.
So we have Oust deposited in different areas of the house, so it's within reach. All I have to do is reach for it, and they go, oh crap, and they run.
Right.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I win the prize for the yuckiest. But I have lost 115 pounds since April. So
congratulations! I got to tell you, the health benefit to that way surpasses any smell that's coming out of you.
And Anthony, before when you were on another show a long time ago, you're not going to remember, but I was one that was really upset about being overweight, and I eventually ended up having to have surgery. So.
Well, congratulations, Tracy.
Would you do the surgery again?
Oh, in a heartbeat.
You would?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't eat sugar. I don't I don't have a lot of room, but, hey, I can get down on the floor and hang out with my kids and play around, and I can wear clothes that I haven't worn since high school. So, woohoo, I'm a happy girl.
And you're going to live a long time to see them and and grandkids and stuff like that.
Absolutely. To be humorous, it's funny that, it's a very scary aroma that comes around me once in a while. But,
and there's nothing you can take to help it?
When I worked in the hospital, we had a lot of nurses that had it done, and it was which one of us did it. So we would just go, hey, and it could have been any one of us. There was 5 of us that had it. So
well, isn't there different types of surgery like that? Can't they do like the rubber band around the stomach?
There's a lot of different things they can do. Just the way that my surgery worked out, it's you just don't absorb as well, and unfortunately, one of the side effects is you just hate me when I have eggs. So
right. Oh, so it does depend on what foods you eat. So there's some foods that don't do it to you.
I don't even like myself when I've been around eggs. So I try to go outside and stay outside most of the day if I've had eggs. That way it goes away quickly. Yeah.
And nothing helps like Beano or gas sex, none of that stuff.
No.
Wow.
No, it's just a curse. But if I don't like people, it's a pretty cool thing. Oh, look! Did you see that elephant run under the chair? And then I tear off running in the other direction, and then they just fall over dead, and then I just laugh. So.
Tracy, I have a meeting tomorrow with people I don't like. I'm going to fill you full of eggs and take you with me.
Okay, cool. Scrambled with cheese would be my preferred.
You got it, baby.
The shortest meeting ever.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Tracy. That's an amazing accomplishment. Congratulations.
I'm bringing her to every staff.
I'm bringing her to everything. I know. I love her.
Staff meeting we have.
That's right.
Before we go to the break, I have to ask Cooper one final question.
Yes.
Do you do that in front of Sean Lee?
Of course.
Do you really?
Yeah. And what's so funny is, you
don't have contests and things like that, do you?
No, we're not a contest kind of couple.
No football?
After 2 years, you do that?
You can imagine the first week. I was like, what's your name again? Oh, sorry. That was me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys don't even have a dog to blame it on.
Well, we have pictures of dogs, so we point to them.
That picture did it.
That picture did it. I gotta tell you, he's the champion. So I'm not half as bad as he is.
I can't believe you guys do that.
Of course we do that.
You don't do it in front of your wife, Anthony?
Well, yeah, but women aren't supposed to do that.
Right.
That's
your wife doesn't do that in front of you?
No, not supposed to.
Does Leslie do it in front of you, Chad?
No, only sometimes there's accidents happen, but not on purpose. Certainly not.
No, I don't do it on purpose.
Oh yeah,
I don't walk over and go, "Hey, Sean, check this out."
Oh, I bet you do.
No, of course I don't.
Pull my finger.
No, of course I don't. No, I get mad because he does, and he'll make like a whole song and dance out of it. I'm like, just must you? Must you?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's what he does, stuff like that. Or he'll make like a cute little position. That really grosses me out.
Cute position.
With women, like, if it happens by accident in front of your husband, that's a different story. I mean, I try and go to the bathroom when I can. But, there are times that you can't help yourself. And, of course, it's your husband.
Does he ever do it under the covers and then fan the blanket?
He knows better. He knows he'd be divorced the next day. He knows.
You ever done that one, Anthony?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think every guy has.
Yeah, that's just fun.
Yeah, that's right.
For nobody but you.
Good, clean fun.
It's not fun for anybody.
Yeah, my wife sleeps with the Lysol next to the bed.
No joke. When Tracy said that the oust thing, I was thinking to myself, we have them all over the house because of Sean Lee. He always has to have one next to him because he does the fish oils because he's got triglycerides, so he has to do a lot of fish oil, and it makes him really stinky. So yeah, we have that oust as well.
Right now he's listening to the show going, shut up!
I know. No, guys are proud of that. Guys love that stuff.
Not when you talk about it on the air.
Guys love that stuff.